Kevin, I'm Dan. You're here for your exam with Dr. Dosty. The bad news is she's remote. She's not here at the office, but the good news is we have a telemedicine system here and you can connect to her and she can examine you from our other facility in Worcester. Okay?
Sounds good.
So let's start with a little bit of vitals. Put that on your finger. All right? And what Dr. Dosty likes is to get some information about her patients leading up to a consultation, right? So, Kevin, how tall are you?
5'9".
5'9", so that's 69 inches. And what's your weight now?
185.
185. Okay, perfect. All righty. So, now I have a reading also of your SpO2 and pulse. We'll just take that off your finger for me for a minute. Thanks. So, also, we talked about you're here primarily to get an exam and get a checkup on the ankle injury you had about, what, 6-9 months ago?
Yep.
All right. So, we have the most recent x-ray that we took. I'll drop that there and I'll transfer that over to Dr. Dosty so she can look at that as well. And then in just a moment, we'll notify her electronically that we're all ready to go. Are there any other things that are on your mind or bothering you?
Well, I need clearance for my first school to swim, so I was hoping to figure out some, have you fill out some paperwork that I turned in earlier.
Okay.
And also, I've been having my ears kind of been bothering me, like kind of like a soreness in my ear that I was wondering if we might want to check out.
Okay.
While I'm here.
Is that it?
And I got a little rash on my hand. Been doing some work outside. Just want to figure while I'm here, I might as well have it checked out.
All right, okay. Well, good. Well, it looks like the front desk has forwarded me that form for your, so you can be clear to play sports, so I'll forward that to Dr. Dosty as well. Well, good. So, I'm going to alert Dr. Dosty that we're ready. I'll just move you into a ready state in this application, and now we'll wait for the doctor. So you say you're a swimmer. What are you?
Yep.
Who are you swimming for?
I swim for UMass Amherst, and I do the distance events, all the distance stuff.
Really?
Yeah, wow. the long ones.
Wow, fantastic. Here's Dr. Dosty. Hello, doctor.
Hi, how you doing? Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how you doing?
Great, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good to see you.
Hey, doctor, this is Dan. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Excellent. Hey, doctor, so you know that we're scheduled here to give Kevin a checkup and a clean bill of health, hopefully, on his ankle injury. So I've sent you the most recent x-ray. You should have that in your inbox. Also, Kevin has given us some additional things we might want to take a look at for him. He needs to get his NCAA fitness to participate certificate because he's a collegiate swimmer up at UMass, your alma mater, right? So
Yeah.
I forwarded you that form to look at and verify.
Okay, I see it here, thank you.
But he also has a little rash on his right hand that we should take a look at, as well as some discomfort in his ear. Left or right ear, Kevin?
Right.
Right ear. Okay?
Okay,
So what would you like? Shall we take a look at that ear first?
yeah, let's do the
Okay. Now, doctor, I've also sent you his most recent vitals, height, weight, SpO2, and blood pressure. Then you can look at those at your convenience, okay?
Okay, great, thank you.
All right, so Kevin, this is Kevin's first telemedicine experience, doctor. So, Kevin, what we're doing here is now I'm activating the scope that I'm going to put in your ear so the doctor can see inside your ear canal in real time, okay? So, and there's your ear canal.
Looks pretty good. I do see some pink, a little bit of redness. Does it hurt only when you get out of the water, or does it hurt all the time?
Yeah, it's kind of sore, like all the time, not when I'm just in the water.
Okay. It's just a little bit of pinkness, not a huge concern, but I'd like to keep an eye on it. I just took a snapshot here of that, so I can reference it later on if we need to compare it. But it looks okay, but if the pain gets worse or if it hurts anymore, give us a call back and we'll take another local red prescription.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, doctor. Now, let's take a look at his rash on his hand. Kevin mentioned to me that he's been doing some work outside. I think he's got a summer job, landscaping. So here's, Kevin, I've switched to a different camera device that specializes in dermatology-like issues.
Okay, Dan, can you zoom in a little bit there? Okay, great. Yeah, I do see, I see some redness. I just took a snapshot so that we can compare it to if it gets worse. Turn the hand over. Let me see the other side. So I think at this point, if it's just in that area, let's just use some calamine lotion from the pharmacy to keep it from spreading. But if it gets worse, or if you have any issues, let us know.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, I'm going to take a look at the X-ray that you sent me, Dan, just to see how your ankle's healing up, Kevin. Everything looks okay. How's it going with the running and swimming? Do you feel any pain?
No, it's a little sore sometimes, but overall it's been feeling really good.
Okay, I don't see any issues. It looks like it's healing up nicely, so definitely keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, moving it around and exercise is good. So if you have any issues, we'll check it again, but you look pretty good.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, is there anything else that you have going on that you would like us to take a look at?
No, that should be good. That's all I got.
All right, sounds like you're cleared. I'm going to go ahead and just signed over that form for you. Dan, you should see it there.
I've got it here, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay, great. It was great to see you, Kevin. Thanks.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor. So, Kevin, what I'll do is I'll print this form out for you, and it'll print out at the front desk.
Perfect.
And you're good to go. What do you think about telemedicine?
I've never seen anything like it, that's for sure.
Well, thanks. This is interesting technology. 20 years ago, when this technology was first introduced, the equipment to do this probably would have filled half this room. And the real interesting thing now is that really all you need now is some specialized medical devices to do the examination and a browser. So right now, Dr. Dosty is using just her laptop and a browser to do a full exam on you.
It's pretty incredible.
Good. Well, good. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Good luck next semester in the swimming, and hopefully we won't see you for a while.
Thank you.
Places where Kerry is,
Mm-hmm.
consultations for about 25,000 in 97 countries.
And is that how it's usually purchased, as a package deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the most recent things that we did that's been really interesting is we did almost 300 systems in the country of Bolivia.
Oh, wow.
So imagine this, you have a country that's very much considered a developing nation, and they went from having very primitive care with really hard access, considering the geography, to telemedicine, where they have all these physicians and experts in the capital city, 27 of them sitting in the same room, connecting to 300 towns and villages. And people are getting health care by their experts without having to travel over mountains, through
Yeah,
rivers.
Steve mentioned that actually when I spoke with him a couple of weeks ago. He thinks that can really springboard into other similar situations.
Oh, absolutely. And the vast majority of people live outside cities. So just the demographics, how do you get these services from one area to another? So telemedicine just makes sense from 3 or 4 or 5 different angles. Can all be justified. Another area that we're doing a lot of work in is in schools, elementary schools in particular. Think about it. More and more of America have single-parent families. The vast majority of those families are working wage families, paid by the hour. So a sick child that has to go to the doctor means lost time out of school and lost wages. So we've been very successful in helping schools put in telemedicine so that the child is diagnosed and treated in place without the parent having to leave work.
You see some more, go ahead.
And the child stays in school and learns, right? Which is important, especially for so much of America where you want to make sure that you have a chance of breaking cycles, right? And getting people good education and things like that.
You see that also in the corporate world, where they're starting to put large self-insured companies starting to put telemedicine clinics inside their 4 walls. So if someone's sick, instead of taking a half day off going to the doctor, They can go down, see a clinic inside their own office. They can get prescribed medicine, and then they're back up and sitting at their desk in half hour, 45 minutes, instead of losing a half day driving across town, going to the doctor. And it's all taken care of because they're self-insured. It's all directly coming out of their pocket.
Saves on the employer's productivity.
It saves on productivity, it saves on time, saves on money because it's a controlled situation instead of sending them outside the network. So,
Can you tell me roughly how much these go for?
This is configured for primary care medicine like we were doing here today. This is about $30,000. The interesting thing that AMD does in the marketplace as a leader is that all of the cost is here. The way we've constructed and architected our software, when Dr. Dosty wants to do a consultation, she does not require any software on her PC, nor do we charge any licenses. All right, so when you expand or you need someone's going to cover for the doctor for the weekend or for their patients, there's no cost. All they need is a link and a password.
when Dan first brought that to me, we're not going to charge for, there's one patient site and it could be 10 or 15 doctor sites. When he first came to me with that, I said, "You're crazy. It's kind of flipped." But what happens is we encourage more people to become involved in the process, not less. So if you're online with a patient-to-doctor encounter, if there's something they want to see, they can get another specialist online right then. There's nothing to download. All they need is a secure browser and credentials to get in. But they can do it on the fly because there's no downloads, there's no footprint there, there's no license to pay before you do it. So it really encourages more cooperation between primary care doc and specialists.